MOH mulls making COVID-19 vaccination compulsory. IGP moots mandatory jail term for drunk drivers. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on Updates at Noon. I'm Brendan Lepal. The Health Ministry, MOH, is considering to make COVID-19 vaccination a compulsory once it is found. Health Director General Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah, however, said the ministry would first have to conduct a study on the side effects and effectiveness of the vaccine before making any decision on the matter.
Kalau kita dah ada vaksin tersebut, kita juga nak lihat kepada keberkesanan dan juga kesan samping vaksin tersebut. Jadi kita akan melihat pada dasar yang akan kita tetapkan nanti kalau kita dah ada vaksin tersebut. Dan besar kemungkinan kita akan adakan dasar untuk mewajibkan untuk menggunakan vaksin tersebut. Tetapi sekarang ni setakat ni kita tak ada dasar tersebut.
Speaking at yesterday's daily press conference on COVID-19, he added there is a study on it, but the race to find the COVID-19 vaccine is still underway. Dr. Noor Hisham said MOH was also in the midst of conducting a research on the immune response against the COVID-19 virus. He said the ministry had detected that there were some asymptomatic COVID-19 patients who had built up antibodies against the virus. Datuk Seri Mohammad Rizwan Yusof said speculations that he wanted to resign as minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Special Functions, lately were untrue. He said the speculations were merely a game of political parties seeking to jeopardize the country's stability. The Alor Gajah Member of Parliament said he would continue to cooperate with the Cabinet led by Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin to strengthen the country's administration and management.
Sekali lagi, saya nak ulangi, saya tidak meletak jawatan dan tidak akan meletak jawatan. Malah terus bekerjasama dengan barisan Kabinet yang dipimpin oleh Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin untuk memantapkan pentadbiran dan pengurusan negara, terutamanya dalam keadaan ekonomi yang sangat mencabar akibat wabak COVID-19.
He said this when met at his residence in Kajang, Selangor yesterday. Earlier, speculations that Datuk Seri Mohammad Rizwan and Seri Gading MP Datuk Shahruddin Mat Saleh had wanted to resign as ministers were much talked about. On Thursday, Datuk Shahruddin announced his resignation as Deputy Minister of Works but would continue to support the Perikatan Nasional PN government. Commenting on the unrest in Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia, Bersatu, Datuk Seri Mohammad Rizwan said all party members should come together as one. Individuals who are convicted of drunk driving should be imposed with a deterrent punishment, such as a mandatory jail sentence. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Abdul Hamid Bados said imposing such punishment would be more effective in addressing the drunk driving issues. He said the public has become aware that this is a serious problem and had been quite rampant of late.
I would support that very, very much. There must be a deterrent, a mandatory jail sentence that will deter them. So if you leave it just like that, now it's up to the judge, to this one. There might be a different interpretation from one judge to the other. No? So, but once we make it mandatory for a prison sentence, that will be very good.
He added he will support any move taken by the Transport Ministry and the Home Ministry to amend the laws. He said this after attending the handover ceremony of new patrol vehicles for the Royal Malaysia Police (PDRM) at the Ministry of Home Affairs in Putrajaya yesterday. On the 30th of May, Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin had directed the Transport Ministry to propose an amendment of the legislation to provide for more severe penalties for drunk driving, as cases of road crashes caused by intoxicated drivers have become increasingly worrying. Bukit Aman Traffic Investigation and Enforcement Department JSPT Director Dato' Azizman Alias on Wednesday said 22 accidents involving drunk drivers were reported during the first 5 months of this year, and 822 people were arrested during the same period on suspicion of driving under the influence of alcohol. 3 police reports have been lodged against 2 news portals and a broadcast journalist over media reports said to have defamed Pulau Pinang State Prosecution Department. Pulau Pinang Prosecution Chief Yusaini Ame Abdul Karim lodged the reports yesterday at the Georgetown Police District Headquarters on Jalan Patani. He said he made the reports on behalf of his department against the Sun Daily, Free Malaysia Today and TV3 reporter Kumaran Rajamani, Twitter handle @KumaranNewsMPB, as their reports were, in his opinion, defamatory. Speaking to reporters, he said the statements made by the portals and the broadcast journalist in his Twitter account were defamatory in nature and tarnished the good name of the department.
3 laporan polis terhadap pertamanya laman sesawang Twitter Kumaran Rajamani @KumaranNewsMPB, The Sun Daily, dan juga satu lagi ialah laman sesawang FMT. Yang jelas tuan-tuan boleh tengok daripada laporan yang saya buat ni, di mana kenyataan yang diberi adalah tidak benar dan bukan didapati daripada sumber yang berautoriti, ya, dan juga menjatuhkan nama baik jabatan saya, nama baik saya dan nama baik pegawai saya.
Yusaini said this after spending about an hour at the police headquarters. When asked by reporters if names were mentioned in the news report, Yusaini said although the reports did not mention any of their names, it clearly mentioned prosecutors' officers. On the 2nd of June, the Kedah Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, detained 3 Pulau Pinang state legal officers for allegedly taking 100,000 ringgit in bribes from a person in connection to a commercial case. Initial investigations found that the suspects sought bribes amounting to 500,000 ringgit and had already received 100,000 ringgit. The case is being investigated under Section 17, Subsection A of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC Act 2009. A company's suspicions over a medical certificate issued by its staff recently have helped police to uncover a syndicate involved in selling fake medical certificates, or MC, in Johor Bahru for the past 3 months before successfully detaining 7 individuals involved. Johor Bahru Selatan District Police Chief ACP Muhammad Padzli Muhammad Zain said the suspects were sellers, buyers and printers of the MC between the ages of 18 and 50. He said 2 of the suspects were married couples and they were all detained between 12:30 p.m. and 12 midnight on the 3rd of June around Permas Jaya, Mount Austin and Kempas. Briefing reporters yesterday, Muhammad Padzli said the arrest was in the wake of a report received on the 1st of June from a company suspicious of a sick leave submitted by its employee. He said that following the arrest, police seized 106 booklets of fake medical certificates containing 100 MC each and also a purchase invoice in the name of a local printing company. The syndicate, which is found to be using government hospitals' names and stamps, is believed to be selling fake medical certificates to factory workers, private companies around Johor Bahru and neighbouring countries for 30 ringgit each. He said to date, more than 300 fake sick leave certificates have been sold with an estimated value of about 9,000 ringgit. According to Muhammad Padzli, all the suspects have been remanded for 4 days starting Thursday for further investigation under Section 420 of the Penal Code, which provides for a maximum jail term of 10 years, strokes, and can be fined if convicted. The number of evacuees due to the flood at Kampung Sungai Rambai in Langkap, Teluk Intan, Perak since Thursday has increased to 55 people this morning. They are being accommodated at the relief centre at Dewan Majlis Perbandaran Teluk Intan, MPTI. A spokesperson at the Perak Fire and Rescue Department said the flood victims were from 14 families comprising of 29 men and 26 women compared to 12 families placed at the relief centre yesterday. 50 people from the village were evacuated last Thursday due to flash floods following heavy rain. The evacuation was led by members of the Malaysia Civil Defence Force, APM, the People's Volunteer Corps, RELA, Police and the Social and Welfare Department, JKM. According to the spokesperson, the weather today is however fine with no rain and the water in the river is receding. The Social and Welfare Department's disaster portal noted that the water levels at Sungai Bidor, Changkat Jong had earlier risen to above the normal level and reaching danger level at 2.95 meters. National Economic Recovery Plan, PENJANA, will give a new lease of life to more local small and medium enterprises, SMEs, and micro businesses to expand within the digital economy ecosystem through training that will be provided. The Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, MDEC, Chief Executive Officer Serena Shukri said the government had given emphasis on digital measures to ensure their business could withstand the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. In a statement released yesterday, Serena expressed confidence that the target would be achieved due to the implementation of the PENJANA package announced by Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. She said the package gave a strong focus on enhancing the robustness of the country's digital economy and hence assisting people and the businesses affected by the coronavirus pandemic. Under PENJANA, the government is providing MDEC with 25 million ringgit for the Global Online Workforce GLOW program to train Malaysians to earn income from serving international clients while working online from home. She called the 25 million ringgit allocation as the right initiative for the present time. Moreover, MDEC has been jointly tasked with My Creative Ventures and the private sector to devise a recovery plan for the arts, culture, entertainment, events and exhibition sector, which was disrupted following the Movement Control Order effective 18 March. The Employees Provident Fund, EPF, hopes the government's matching grant for workers on gig economy platforms to contribute towards their EPF savings through the iSaraan program will encourage them to start saving. Chief Executive Officer Tunku Ali Zakri Alia said this is a timely effort by the government in adapting to the evolving nature of work, considering this year has been volatile and challenging, compounded by the COVID-19 pandemic situation, which has completely disrupted the work landscape. Commenting further on the matter in a statement released yesterday, Tunku Ali Zakri said EPF understood that many who have opted to work for food and parcel delivery platforms to tide them through these times. Malaysian gig platform workers, especially the drivers and delivery riders, have been the pulse of the nation's economy during these challenging months. EPF's iSaraan is a voluntary contribution with incentives for self-employed workers. A key feature of this program is that members below 55 years old who have registered and contributed will receive an additional special government incentive of 15%, subject to a maximum of 250 ringgit annually. The government recently announced an allocation of 50 million ringgit under the Economic Recovery Plan that will go towards supporting the social protection framework for the gig economy. Excel Motorsport, helmed by former Formula One driver Alex Yoong, has been selected as one of 60 teams to compete in the virtual race on the R Factor 2 track called the 24 Hours of Le Mans Virtual on 13 to 14 June. Excel Motorsport will field an all-Malaysian team comprising drivers who have won e-racing GP online competitions. As Le Mans requires 2 of the 4 drivers in the lineup to be real-world drivers, Alex's son Alistair will line up as the second driver in a father-son combination for Excel Motorsport.
It's going to be super tough. We have some really great drivers driving: Fernando Alonso, Jenson Button, Max Verstappen. These are all great sim races, not just real-life races. So it's going to be very super tough. Don't forget, there's going to be the best sim races in the world will be there as well. But I think we're up to the challenge. All 4 drivers have been practicing hard, and hopefully we'll be really there. And who knows, maybe we might even be able to get a very good result.
The other 2 drivers are current fastest sim racer in Malaysia, Nakib Azlan, who finished second in the first e-racing GP Global Edition, and the experienced Mika Hakimi, who has won endurance races on multiple occasions. They will be racing for the overall honours in the Le Mans Prototypes 2 LMP2 class, driving the white and red Oreca bearing number 21. That's it from us this afternoon. In our top story, MOH Miles making COVID-19 vaccination compulsory. Now, News on 2 comes on at 7 this evening. Till then, I'm Brendan Lepal. Have a good day.